So guys, now starting with the UART block diagram for our STM32 microcontrollers, the main thing which you need to understand is only this thing, that how does exactly our UART block or UART communication is happening inside a microcontroller. You can also refer this video which is in one of my UART driver playlist, which is this UART block diagram in AVR microcontrollers. In this I have done all the things in a better animated and in a better explanation. You might can consider this if you want. I will give you the video link, it's in description. In this I have told all the things with in detail. Now in the moving to this video, so now the main block diagram in this, the thing to understand is this is the area where the transmit data register and receive shift register gets the data and the CPU processes it. And then these are the registers CR1, CR2, CR3, and these all are the configuration registers which configures my UART block communication these communications in the microcontroller. So all these bits have their own significance, which we will just get to know in a minute. And then, like you can see from the transmit data register, when we write the data, it goes to transmit shift register. Now from transmit shift register or receive shift register, it can go to two places. Either toward this block, the TX RX blocks. So whenever we need to transmit any data, we write the data on the bus, then CPU processes the transmit data register, sends it, and from the transmit shift register it goes into the TX pin. From the receive shift register it will go to the RX pin and it will be received. So sorry, from the receiving pin, RX pin, we will get the data and it will go into the receive shift register, and then the received data register CPU processes it, and then the other thing, the PR data. Same way for the transmit shift register, we write the data from the bus, okay, PW data, CPU processes it, and then it will send to it TX pin. And meanwhile all these blocks, receive shift register and transmit shift register, are connected to all of my this configuration and the internal working, where I have like transmit control independent, receive control independent, and correspondingly they are all bits and bytes which we need to set up. And in the below you can see the UART underscore BRR, which is the block baud rate generator block for our UART communication. So for transmitter rate control and transmitter receiver rate control. Now one thing very interesting which I want to show you is, like here I have written a code in my embedded C in my cube IDE, the UART transmit string get to byte. I have created these whole functions. Okay, so I am sending on the TX pin, on this TX pin I am writing, I want to transmit from this TX pin get to byte. So you can see here as this thing, that I am transmitting get to byte GETTOYBET. So how this thing happens, I send here get to byte GETTOBYTE. Same way then from the get to byte, starting from the first the LSB, my transmit data register gets the byte E. Then from the E is the 8-bit binary value from the ASCII table goes into transmit shift register, and that is the signal how it goes into my TX pin, and in the low high signal. So you can see here that this whole character, if I like change it to my this binary, so you can see this whole the 0 1 0 0 1 1 1. This is my the binary value of my character G. Okay, so that's how my TX RX signals are sent, and you can see from here. So this is the block diagram which I want to just give you a brief overview. Now coming to it, the datasheet and internal features, you can see this is the TX pin like UART character description. There are two type of characters which are specified in STM32 for specified microcontrollers: idle character and break character. What does it do? Idle character is interpreted as entire frame of ones followed by a start bit of the next frame, which contains the valuable data. The number of ones will include the number of stop bits also. And break character is interpreted as receiving zeros from the frame period, and it can have insert 1 or 2 stop bits. So like these are the idle or break characters which we can automatically generate from setting up some of the bits in the configuration registers. So sometimes in some modules happens that before getting any valuable data or receiving any data, we need to send first to clear out the buffer some ideal characters or some break characters, that is series of ones or series of zeros. So we have that feature in STM32 that we can just send them by having some bit set. Okay, I will just show you them in a minute. Okay, and then we have the transmitter. In the transmitter, the first thing to notice that the least significant bit is first on the TX pin. So like here I am telling you that G is my binary value. It has binary value of this thing. The 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1. So 1, the from starting from here 0 1 1, 1 is least significant bit, and 0 from the towards the B is my MSB. So 1 is transmitted first. So this one is 1 1, like it is my this 1 is my least significant bit, and that's why it is transmitted first. So 1 1 1 and then 0, series of zeros and then 1 0. So that is the first least significant bit is transmitted, followed by the MSB bit. Okay, now the another thing is that the stop bits can be configured in this and configuration stop bits, and this thing is very important. The TE bit should not be reset during transmission of data. Resetting the TE bit during the transmission will corrupt the data on the TX pin, as the baud rate counters will get frozen. Now what does the TE pin do? I will just tell you in a minute from the registers only, but just remember this thing. And the like in a short way to tell you, the TE is the enable bit. Okay, it enables my transmitter section, transmitter block of my UART communication protocol. Same way out in the receiving part also, receiver, I have this RE bit. Okay, where is it? Just a second. Here you can see here. Okay, we will just see that yeah, the RE bit should not be reset while receiving the bit. RE bit is disabled during reception. The reception of the current byte will be aborted. Okay, so RE bit is the one that enables the receiver block of my UART communication. So if it is disabled during the receiving, okay, when I am getting my data, receiving my data, then my current byte will be, the receiving of my current byte will be stopped and it will be corrupted. Okay, so this thing is very important in both transmitter and receiver thing, which is to be noted. Okay, so now this is the transmitter and the receiver thing which is important to tell you. Now coming to the block diagram, the register description part. Okay, and directly we will understand the other important things and other important parameters and bytes and bits directly from the registers and then the code. Okay. Okay, so now first starting with the UART status register. So what does status register, as its name implies, it will tell you the status of the real-time UART communication which is happening. So there are corresponding flags for it, like CTS flag, line break detection flag when my line break detection has occurred, CTS flag for, this is for basically as I have told you in the previous video, for RS-282 and RS-485 kind of things. And these are the three, these three bits are the concern which are of right now. Transmit data register empty, transmission complete, and the receive data register not empty. Okay, so the thing here is that the transmit data register empty, this bit is set by hardware when the content of my transmitter data register has been transferred into the shift register. Okay, so like as I have told you in this block diagram, that we have two blocks in the transmit data register and the transmit shift register. So whenever our data is shifted from the TDI data transmit data register has been transferred to the shift register, then my this TXE bit is set. This bit signifies that my data has been transferred to my shift register and my this TDR is empty, and now you can send new data on this register so that you can transmit new byte. Okay, and what does this transmission complete? This will set by the transmit hardware when my whole frame, that is transmission of frame containing the data, is complete and if TXE is set. Okay, so like to be in precise, this is like a first step and this is second step. First my transmitter data from shift register, my data will be sent, and when my transmit shift register is also emptied, by transmitting all that data from the TX pin, then my TC flag is also set. So this is like first this bit is set, that is going from this step to this and then from this step through this. Okay. Okay, so same way the read RXE, read data register not empty, is the basic bit is set by hardware when the content of RDR shift register has been transferred to the UART data register. Like here in this, in the receiver part, we will have opposite of this, from receive shift register to receive data register. So whenever my receive shift register transfer data to my RDR, then my this RxNE flag is set. So that's the same way what we have done. I have in my the receiver and the transmitter and the receiver part. Okay, transmit byte, the UART status register. This is my status register and its TXC bit. Okay, so TXC bit means whenever my transmit data register is emptied, till then it is in the while loop, and as soon as it becomes empty, I will write the new data on the UART to DR, which is my data, transmit data register. Same way for the receive byte, in the I am monitoring on the RxNE bit. Okay, because it will signify that my receive shift register has received some data and it has transferred on the RDR register. So now I will read the RDR register, that is UART arrow DR register, which is my data transmitter receive data register. Okay, and return that value. So that's the whole, only these two small functions which you have to create for transmitting and receiving a single byte, or a single byte. Okay, so yeah, okay, just sticking to first to these functions, and then all these you can also use, but for this application it is not required. This is idle line mode, that is whenever an idle line is detected, then it will generate this bit as 1. That is idle line is detected or it is not detected. Data overrun error, as I have told you, noise error flag, or framing error. So overrun error basically occurs when we have any data on my receive register. On my this receive shift register, I have data something, and it is not been as if not transferred to my transmit receive data register. Okay, it has not, this step is still happening, and I again send new data to my receive shift register. So my previous data will get overload, will get overtype, write on it. So it will cause the overrun error. That is my data is this get copied, get overflagged over the new data. Old data is lost. So then my overrun error is occurred. Same way for the parity error, and we have corresponding flags. Now this is the main, the UART underscore DR, which is our data register through which all my transmission and receiving and all these things happens. Okay, then this is my baud rate generator. This is very important. Okay, so baud rate generator, what does it do? It will configure my microcontroller, my UART communication for the baud rate which I want to set. Okay, so guys, that's it for this video. In the next video, we will just complete this whole thing. I will make you understand this baud rate generator, and we will write all of this code, and then we will have a complete UART device driver also. Okay, so see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay subscribed to the Get2Byte, and do mention any of your videos in the below comment section. Okay.